The best was my mom working at that place. It was fucking the inn at the crossroads there where Vets and Jericho split off.
Sure.
And I used to go there after I worked at True Mechanical, one of the air conditioning places. And I'd go in there and just a bar full of guys that were working Joes kind of guys. And they'd be like, hey, Rosie, get your son a drink over there. Hey, And I would sit there for hours just getting free drinks from all the people that go, Rosie, set your son up with a drink over. It's great.
Every time you're in.
Every single time. Just getting fucking hammered.
Is that place still there?
I think it's a tit joint now.
See? That's why.
I think it's a tit joint now. Yeah.
It's a tough thing. How do you handle that?
Well, they were buying, which is, they were paying for it.
Right.
They're paying for it. You drink it. So that worked out well.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple bars like that.
You ask me what my favorite beer is? I say the free kind. What the hell do I know?
Hey.
Regular Joe. And then, of course, the wife was working at Off Broadway.
In Greenlawn.
And the other bar was, I forgot the name of the other place. But it was, it was Splinters.
Oh, right. Good old Splinters.
Where the fucking bikers would come in to fight all the time. There'd be the local Long Island, biker gang, which was
they were badass.
Pagans. The Pagans. And they would fight anybody else that rode a motorcycle that came in.
Right.
It's like, oh, here you go, pool cue balls over the head and fucking pool cues. And
why? Why?
Because they were the Pagans.
But why? Just because you would ride a motorcycle? I never understood that culture.
It's sort of.
Is it kind of like
this is our place? This is our bar. But
Joe, motorcycle guy, comes in.
Sometimes they'd be cool if the guy was completely compliant that he knew this was a pagan's place and not to fuck around. But sometimes he'd start mouthing off or say something to the wrong guy or look at a girl sideways, or one of the pagans would just be a little drunk and think that shit was happening. So it would always end up like we would have to go in because the wife there worked after a Saturday night, she'd come in Sunday morning and stuff, and I'd go with her, grab a fucking egg sandwich and shit like that. And there would be broken glass or blood on the floor or just... Weekends there were insane. This is right in Greenlawn, right on Broadway in Greenlawn.
Right.
By the way, do you know how awful an egg sandwich in the Pagans bar sounds? That does not sound like a healthy breakfast.
It was wonderful. We'd be smashing tiny cockroaches on the bar.
Oh, really?
And
really, you would see cockroaches on the bar?
Yeah, cockroaches on the bar. It was just a shithole, but it was great. It was the local shithole, which. Right. I was on the Dart League there. Oh, it was fantastic.
I kind of missed those.
Wednesdays.
I miss those local shitholes.
I do, too. I used to like going in there.
Character.
And you could smoke in them, which was fantastic. Just sitting there fucking smoking, watching a game, dude. Yeah.
I was glad the Pagans liked me.
Yeah.
I had to do a lot of Long Island bar gigs. I was glad they were on my side.
The Pagans.
Yeah. But I never understood that whole... motorcycle thing.
And then there was a bunch of guys that rode motorcycles that were in Splinters that tried to make their own little motorcycle club. I think it was called something's Orphans or Nobody's Children, I think it was called. Something like that. Nobody's Children Motorcycle Club. Ugh. And they started, well, they had jackets, and so they had their colors made up and everything, and they had their bikes, and they'd come in and stuff. Oh, boy, did the Pagans put the kibosh on that when they got wind of it.
Really?
Yes. Oh, did they come in and just told people to take off your fucking jacket. You're not wearing colors in our bar, and there was a fight, and you never saw Nobody's Children anymore.
Oh, God.
They didn't, Nobody's Children didn't last?
No, it didn't. Although a couple of Nobody's Children became prospects for the Pagans, so I guess they found the guys that could fight.
Right.
And brought them over. All right, you're over here now. You're over here now.
And every once in a while... Huh?
Are Pagans still around?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing about
them. It's been many years, but I believe so.
They're like the Long Island Club, and then occasionally the chapter of the Hells Angels would come in, and they'd fight, and, over meth rights, I guess. I don't know.
Bikers are fucking frightening when they fight, because you know that they'll just pick up any type of a piece of metal and hit you with it.
No rules. It's amazing. Chains, the big socks with fucking master locks in them, and they just swing. Imagine getting hit on the side of the head with a lock. A chain with a lock on it.
No, thank you.
Any kind of shit to stick you with. Mm. And then if push comes to shove and it really gets bad, the guns come out. But it's rare the guns come out. They usually fighting and beating each other over the head with 2x4s.
I haven't heard about them since that really bad incident at that.
Yeah. Was that a casino or something?
No, it was out on Long Island, that rock club.
Oh, right. Yeah. Vanderbilt?
I think we did a gig there with Jim Brewer back in the day.
The Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Is it called the Vanderbilt?
Yeah, there was a stabbing and shit.
It was. What is it now?
I don't know. The company that owned it sold it off as a catering hall, and then it shut down.
Yeah. That was kind of a cool place,
up,
but there was a big incident there. I haven't heard much of Pagan since then.
Yeah, they were like the Long Island Biker Club.
They're listening to us right now, man. You better say hi.
Oh,
they're out
how
there.
you doing? I was always cool with them because, my wife was tending the bar there, so they were, and they protect the bartender. Forget about it. You couldn't fucking do anything to the bartender. But the bartender then again couldn't tell them to stop fucking bashing someone's face in with a cue ball.
Well, everyone had an understanding.
Yeah, it's compromise.
Don't break the jukebox.
Yeah.
We need that next Tuesday.
Yeah, don't throw a cue ball through the fucking
Please.
TVs because we're watching shit. And you can smash that guy's skull if you want to. Throw him out.
Chairs, we'll get more chairs. That's easy.
What a time.
How bad would it have been for me if I walked in there with like a jacket, but I was the only member, and if I turned the music over and said, guys, I'm trying to get a motorcycle club started, so if anyone's not happy here, I'd love you to join my motorcycle.
Honestly, they'd probably laugh their asses off, and then if they got over the line with the booze a little, they'd beat the shit out of you. But I think initially it would be pretty funny.
Yes.
Gentlemen, motorcycle club, I want to start it up.
I had like a little application you could sign up and fill it out.
Just hand them out to everybody.
Yeah, guys.
Oh, Jesus.
And here's your membership dues.
They were
Here's the
intimidating.
bylaws.
They were intimidating to have in the bar. Like when if one or two came in, you could normally just if they're sitting at the bar and you're drinking, you have a conversation with them. It's no problem. But when 5 or 6 of them would come in, you knew just the best policy was probably just not to say anything, because even if you were being friendly and cool and everything, you didn't know when they would just turn and, oh, now I'm in a bad mood. Oh, that motherfucker was talking to me. Let me punch him in the face.
Right.
It's like, hey, but we were cool. What happened?
You're describing a lot of people's Friday nights.
Yeah. You gotta
Not
know
just
how
motorcycle guys.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Why did you fight? I don't know. He looked at me weird.
But I got in a fight with a guy that I later became kind of friends with, and it was weird because I went years looking for this guy because I wanted to smash him over the head with a rock or something, and then I didn't even, and I kind of remembered who it was, but then I couldn't, and then I was sitting at the bar talking to this guy, and he goes, "You look familiar. Did we ever fight?" And I was like, and then it hit me. I'm like, that's the guy for fucking years.
And now he's sitting right next to you?
And we had been talking for a while before that, so I'm like, now he's like a cool guy that I enjoy fucking talking to, and I wanted to, for years, I dreamt of killing this guy.
Wow.
Because he was an asshole. I was with my friend at a bar, of course, and my friend was all drunk and shit, and I guess he wanted a cigarette, so he grabbed a pack that he saw on the bar and just grabbed one out of it, and it was this guy's pack, and he couldn't let it go.
Wow.
And I was even trying to go, dude, he was just wanted a cigarette. I go, it's cool and everything. If you want a pack, I have to, fuck you. I was like, and I knew my buddy was fucking hammered, so I was like, let's just get the fuck out of here. This is gonna get bad. So we went to walk out of here, and I hear dunk dunk. I hear some walking behind us, and I turn around. It's him and another guy.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh fuck. So it's in the train station parking lot there in Greenlawn, and they just fucking charged at us. So I'm on one guy just fucking punching and getting punched, and then the other guy went after my friend, and he was so drunk he was beating him with impunity, and then the cops showed up.
How bad were you guys beat?
Pretty good. I got a good piece of the other guy, and I'll be honest, I'm not a fighter, but I got a couple of good shots in. But my buddy just got hammered because he was so drunk he couldn't even defend himself, and this guy had no he wasn't like, oh, God, the guy's drunk. He was like, oh, this is easy. I can just beat the piss out of him. So all I wanted to do was, fuck this guy up for years. And then it turned out to be the guy.
So when you said, didn't we fight, did you go, oh, yeah, that was the time?
I went, oh, that. And then it hit me. I'm like, that was out in the train station. But he was like, yeah. And to him, it was one of 1,000 fights. It's just like, yeah. And to me, it's like, that's the guy that fucking built hatred in me for probably 4 years. I wanted to kill him.
I only had a few fights, so I remember every single one.
Yeah, that's me too.
You're right. There are guys like that.
I was like, he's forgotten more fights than I've ever had, and that isn't even, I'm not even exaggerating.
One of the guys that I hang out with in Philly, I call it the Philly crew for real. One of the guys fights almost every weekend.
Oh, it's exhausting.
Kenny Scene.
How do you do that?
Kenny once, we're in a hotel in Philly. And
See the guy that had braces?
Huh?
The guy that had braces? That I met?
Oh, man, Kenny remembers. Like, Kenny...
On his legs?
Yeah, he's really tough.
Wow, kick ass.
It was one of Jim Norton's shows, and I think it was New Year's.
Yes.
It was New Year's. And we're all hanging out, and me and, it was my wife at the time, we went to a house party with everybody. Great house party. It was like 3 levels. We went all the way to the top, all the way down, had a drink or two. Kenny, before, I went there, was like, you sure you don't want me to go? I'm like, nah, man, this fucking, I know a lot of these people.
Sure.
So we leave this house party. We get back to the hotel all nice. And I guess 5 minutes after we left, there was an all-out brawl.
Wow.
With this guy that fights a lot. And he was thrown down the stairs, and other people, it was bad. And a few of the guys came back to the hotel room a bloody mess. Remember that, Ken?
Yeah, and the only reason why he didn't get his teeth punched out of his face is because he had the braces, and that's what kept him in.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, wow.
That is the guy I'm thinking. He's a pretty stocky guy, though.
No, he does very well.
Yeah, he's a squat, strong-looking
This
dude.
kid does really well. And, I mean, we worry about him all the time because now he's like a father, so we're hoping that he calms down a little bit.
Calms that shit down.
But I know of at least, I don't even know. I don't know. At least a dozen. At least.
That's too much.
That I know
can't
of.
imagine.
You know, it's funny. The guys like that who can really throw down. It's like I've always wanted to be that guy, but like there's a comic I know named Mike, and he was telling us he's from I think he's from Brownsville. He's a black dude. He's from a really tough area, and he was telling us about this one guy that had like 60 confirmed street knockouts. Like just one of these guys that knocks
stats
everybody out.
Yeah.
He said he would do it quick. And he said one time he was going to fight this guy at the gym, and the guy knew who he was. He goes, I'm not fighting you.
Right.
He just shot him. And then he's dead.
All right, yellow belly.
What? He shot him?
Shot him dead. Yeah, like the guy got
no
shot
kidding.
dead. Like some other guy didn't want to fight him because he had so many knockouts, and he knew that this guy will knock me out. So I shoot him.
You knew the fighter?
No, I didn't know either one of them.
You
the
just knew of
comedian
him.
I know is relaying
Oh,
the
okay.
story.
That's what'll happen,
But that's
though.
what happens to a lot of tough dudes,
With
man.
people that fight a lot, one day they're going to meet up with somebody that doesn't want to fucking fight.
just stabs them or
and
shoots
will
them.
stab you or shoot you, regardless if it's justified or not.
Right.
In the end, that doesn't matter when you're dead. So
This kid has a very good record.
yeah, huh?
He looks at it as a sport, or did. Hopefully did. He's getting older now, so we're hoping.
I always hated that.
Because we love the kid. He's great.
You outgrow it sometimes,
He's
too.
really
I
a nice dude.
I don't enjoy a fight.
But when he
Oh,
drinks.
fuck no. Yeah.
Drinking is a huge part of the fighting. Yeah, I've never seen in a bar 2 sober people fighting. Never. They love fighting when they drink.
You know who's a problem? Fucking Sherrod.
Really?
Comedian Sherrod.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
the
yeah.
nicest guy in the world. He's you can't believe that. But sometimes you'll see him up at the bar at the Comedy Cellar, and he's fucking just kind of like, and he's not doing it to be he literally is just not even thinking about it, but he's just kind of punching his knuckles against the wood part of the bar.
Oh boy.
He used to do that. He's just got these big meaty fucking fists, and he's got a few got a few knockouts.
Got a few fights, a few knockouts.
But you really have to push him to get him to hit you. He's not
What's his name?
bully guy. He's just a big fucking. If you annoy him enough, his fist is just really loud.
Fuqua there.
Yeah, already.
I saw him just. Oh my God! It was at the Borgata. It was one of Jimmy's shows again.
Yeah. Well, that's way back.
And we 1 year we went to. They set us up in a club in sort of like I guess it's a VIP area.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was up higher. And Fuqua, who doesn't drink, is with his lady. And some dudes, some tough white Philly dudes, come over thinking that he stole their bottle of vodka. And he's like, I don't even drink. But they didn't want to listen to that. They
just
thought
wanted
he
to
stole
fight.
his fucking... It got to a point where he picked up a chair like a lion tamer. He took on 3 fucking guys.
He's fighting off a couple of people with a chair.
He knocked one of them out. It was unbelievable. The guy went down like that, and then the other 2 guys were trying to get at him because he knocked out his friend. He knocked out their friend.
Wow.
And long story short, the huge motherfucker bouncers are taking Artie out. You know, basically carrying him out, and
Yeah.
Artie's still just fighting his way out.
Swinging.
And I'm thinking to myself, he's going to be arrested. He warmed up for Jimmy that night. He was on the bill.
yeah.
Next morning, down at breakfast, there he is just having breakfast. Everything's cool. no problems whatsoever. He somehow got out of it because I guess they
scrapper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I guess they knew that he had, it wasn't his. He didn't start this fucking thing.
Right.
But he's another dude who's a nice dude.
He smiles every time he talks to you, but I now know that man, he could turn on at any moment, and he's someone not to fuck with.
But he's kind of like other guys I like who can really who are not afraid to fucking get a fist in their face.
Yeah.
He's not a tough guy. He's not like a bully. He's not like that type of an asshole. He's just a nice dude
that could take care of himself.
Yeah, but he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he took care of himself, absolutely. What does this have to do with anything? I don't know.
We're just talking about bars and shit.
Which is fine.
Colin, whose last name I will not say.
Oh, what's that?
He had a funny bit one time about how when you walk into a bar or a club,
and see two Jews, they own it?
He actually said something about... I was just going to try to riff, and I blanked. I literally, that was real. I went to riff, and my mind just went, nothing funny to be said here. The dimmer switch went to 0. But he had a bit about how you size each other up when you fight, and that's what a guy thinks, could I kick that guy's ass or could I kick by it? And the bit was obviously funny. But that really is what men think when you walk into a place. You size each other up.
Yeah, you got to know your threat level. That's around there. That's such a primal thing, man.
Yeah.
That is really ancient, instinctual, where you walk in and the first thing you have to do is look around, see who's in there, see who might be a problem. Yeah. Not even on a conscious level sometimes, but you will look around the room.
Right.
And see. And if there is somebody making a problem, you'll, note that. Yeah. I don't like that, man. I hate getting hit. Oh, do I hate it.
I don't like it either.
I would love punching people in the face, but I hate getting hit. It keeps me from fighting.
You get older and you realize how much that really fucking hurts.
And for days on end. The initial bang is bad enough, but then, 6 days later, you're just, still tender.
When I was in college and, part of that fraternity, there were fights every weekend. Just because we were in a fraternity and there was another fraternity in the bar.
Well, at least you had a good reason.
But yeah, exactly. It was the main bar, the in-between for the people that know Geneseo. And everyone would have their spot.
Yeah.
Every fraternity would have their spot, and every night would end with a fight.
Hey, that's my turf.
Whether it was your fraternity, there was definitely a fraternity versus fraternity fight every weekend. And the next morning at the fraternity house, everyone would be kind of figuring out who's really hurt. They're mostly just bruised and achy, and in a weird way, it was cool. But then, like you said, you get old enough and you get hit, and you're like, yeah, this isn't fun at all, man.
Yeah.
This fucking sucks.
What, have your jaw broken must suck or your teeth knocked out?
Man.
Who the fuck wants that at this age?
All the fights I saw when I was, in college with this fraternity, not many bad ones. Not many, where someone had a broken jaw.
Just fists and,
Yeah.
With my luck, I'd fall back into something. Like a guy would hit me, and I'd just clumsily step on my heel, and then my teeth would hit a door handle.
Yeah.
It'd be some complete douchebag way of getting your teeth knocked out.
And then years of trying to fix what happened in a split second is if your jaw's broken, now you fell back in your head and you're retarded. Fuck.
The worst incident I saw when I was in Geneseo, I don't even like talking about this one. It was horrifying. It was, then you had the locals in Geneseo back in the day.
Oh, they must have hated the college pukes.
They did.
Yeah.
And they would go
taking our chicks.
They were going to these bars, and they were way tougher than any fraternity because they were a lot older. They were if we're 18, 19, 20, these guys were minimum 25 to 30.
Yeah, and they're working in fucking, the machine mills.
They were working
coal mines.
There's a salt mine up there.
A salt mine.
They were real blue collar guys.
Dry hands.
Yeah.
But you're in a fraternity thinking, you could handle anything. But I remember one of the townies, I don't know why, but took one of those heavy duty glass beer pitchers.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the old days?
Old
they don't make
school.
them like that anymore.
Now they're plastic.
They're plastic. But remember, they were thick glass.
Fucking, you could smash someone's skull.
I swear to you, I saw this, and half the bar saw this. This guy took it by the handle, and as hard as he can, like this, sidearm, bam, right into the side of this guy's face.
How does somebody do that and not think, oh, I'm just going to take the murder rap, because this could kill the guy. So I'll just take the murder rap.
Yeah, the girl I was with at the time, she had actual glass in her hair, even though we weren't that close to the incident.
Wow.
This freaking glass pitcher just shattered. The Geneseo people from my day know this story. And then I think it was Basher, who owns the place, got the kid out that got hit and packed his whole head basically in snow. It was in the middle of winter, and supposedly that's what saved this kid's life. He had a scar. He was gone from school for about a year. Oof. He had a scar, if I remember correctly, pretty much from his temple all the way down.
Oh man,
to his chin.
I wonder what he was doing.
To this day I don't know. I don't know. So I'm not even gonna.
Must have been something.
I don't even know. I don't even like talking about that because I do go up to Geneseo every once in a while. So I'm not gonna pick a side on that one. I have no idea.
Get a fucking picture across your head years later.
Unbelievable, man. That was literally the worst thing I ever saw in a bar.
It's pretty brutal.
You know, you see people get knocked out here and there.
Oh, yeah.
But that one was just wow. You saw a guy that could have easily just died right in front of your face.
I like how fast bar fights are. They're usually just, motherfucker,
yeah.
And someone won.
A whole bunch of glasses are thrown up in the air or whatever. Yeah. Drinks are, pushed over. Chairs are pushed over.
That seems to be the best thing to do. From all the videos you watch and everything, the best possible thing you could do is end the fight before it starts. But like, people wait and be like, yeah, they square off and do that whole we're going to fight thing. If you have an inkling that a fight's going to happen, I've seen so many videos, just punch someone in the face, and that's it, and run.
I saw a fight in a bar. It was, I want to say Brooklyn or I don't even remember. And there was bikers that was getting rowdy, and they started fucking around, and the guy came in and locked the door, and he said, like, now you can't leave, and it just got really
Jimmy.
Fuck, man.
Wait.
That's
Wait, no.
No, I mean, we should go to break. No, that was just a thing I saw one time.
Yeah, you saw it on a screen, didn't you?
No.
What movie is that from?
No, I didn't. It's not. I was in a bar, and I saw a bunch of bikers, and they were fucking around this Italian bar.
Right.
Guy kept saying, leave, leave.
Did he give him a chance to leave, like,
yeah, he said,
earlier?
Leave. I probably told this story already. Yeah, he said, leave. And then...
That took a while.
Yeah.
Was Louis Beans there?
What? No. And then they said that you can't leave. Oh, no, you know what? This was in Florida.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. They said, now you can't
hometown.
leave.
Yeah, E-Rock's hometown.
They came up pool cues and shit. Bunch of mob guys.
It's a good story.
Yeah, I was out there, like me and my mafia friends just hanging out. Yeah, a bunch of mafia friends were hanging in Florida.
Shoot the hostage.
Yeah. I went on the fucking boat. It was cool.
Oh.
Yeah. It was really cool.
E-Rock's boat.
Yeah, they took me out. I brought the guy a card, gave him some money in the card. He fucking loved me.
Oh, well, that one. Yeah.
That'll happen.
Donnie Brasco?
What? No. Hang out.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
No, you can't leave. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
You wanted
Never happened.
Compulsive liar guy.
Yeah. And won't give it up, even when he knows.